Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor, week 8 of our 50 Russian words per week, and today we have a ton of different words. Now, we won't just have nouns like before, today we have verbs, we have adjectives, and we have nouns as well. Before we start, this set is available on our website with the first link in the description. Just simply click that link, press the plus button, and now it's in your vocabulary to study. We have a ton of different exercises for you to study this stuff with audios, pictures, spelling, all of that. Check it out with the first link in the description if you're not a member of Be Fluent yet. The second link is for you. And before we get going, guys, I want to invite all of you to our Be Fluent camp as well. That from the posting date of this video, we have 1 month before we start. It's our intensive Russian course for all of you guys who want to take your Russian to the next level. We have beginners, intermediate, advanced, all of that. Check it out. Check more details out with the third link in the description. Hope to see you all there. The closest date to the posting date of this video is July the 8th. So hope to see you all there on July the 8th or in our future camps too. Now, let's finally get to the words for today. 50 words. Here we go. Быстро. Быстро is quickly. We're starting with some adverbs. Быстро. Now, быстро describes, and adverbs describe verbs, describe our actions, how an action is done. So don't use this быстро to describe your friend. Oh, he's very fast as a runner. It's not going to work. Быстро is used for actions. To do the job быстро. To work быстро. Things like that. Next, долго. Долго is long. Долго. In time, of course. In time that we do something for a long time. Мало is little. Мало means not enough. It's too little of something. Мало. Тихо is quiet. Тихо. You can describe the situation. Let's say, for example, здесь тихо. It's quiet here. Тихо and all adverbs as well can describe certain situations when we don't describe actions, but we don't describe anything in particular. We describe the atmosphere, the surroundings. So if I say здесь тихо, it is quiet here. Even though it's technically used as an adjective, we can still do that because it's kind of like a genderless, objectless description. We're describing the feeling, the emotion of this place. Also, this word тихо can be used as a command. Quiet down. Тихо. Like that. Вчера is yesterday. Вчера. And notice how I pronounce this first v. I don't say вчера, like you would say it if it was just letter by letter. We say вчера, as if it's an F sound. Вчера. Next word is далеко. Далеко means far. Далеко. Плохо means bad or badly. Плохо. Also can be used by itself. Плохо. It's bad. When somebody gives you some bad news. Плохо. Like that. Next, трудно. Трудно means difficult. Трудно. But легко means easy. Легко. And also this g, we don't say легко. We say легко. A bit of a difference in pronunciation. Правильно means correct or correctly or right. Правильно. Again, can be used as one word sentence. Правильно. That's right. Правильно. Next is понятно. Понятно means understood or clear. Something is clear. You can respond by saying понятно. I understand. It's clear to me. Next is верно. Верно means true. Верно. When you want to confirm something. Верно. That's right. Правильно is more of when you're given some sort of mark or you grade something. It's a correct or incorrect answer. Правильно. But верно is more of a statement, if the statement is correct or not. Next, громко. Громко means loudly. Громко. Kind of sounds like a loud noise to громко. Kind of like has a bit of that emotion of being loud as well. Тяжело is difficult. Тяжело also can be heavy. Тяжело can have two meanings. Difficulty of something, but also the weight of something. Тяжело. And lastly, for our adverbs is прекрасно. Прекрасно is beautifully or amazingly, but also you can, let's say, look out. If you're in the mountains, you look over a certain kind of area of different mountains and you can look at it and say, прекрасно, beautiful, прекрасно, amazing. Now let's move on to some verbs. We have 15 verbs here that are also extremely useful, of course, like all A1 level verbs. First is родиться. Родиться means to be born. Родиться. Difference in logic. In English, we say to be born. I was born. But in Russian, we have we birth ourselves. For example, I can say about myself, я родился в мае. I was born in May, but this родился means I birthed myself, kind of like that, okay? Next is учить. Учить can be either to teach or to learn, depending on context, depending on how we use our cases in the sentence. A very complicated topic, but учить can take on two meanings: to learn or to teach. Next, бегать. Бегать is to run, and it's a repeating meaning. It's a verb of motion, and in Russian, they have a separate grammar kind of rule to them, that we can have a repeating action and then a directional verb within the same exact verb, same exact stem. Бегать is a repeating action of running. Бегать. Объяснять is to explain. Объяснять. Здравствовать is to have good health. But this one is a verb base of a phrase or of a word здравствуйте. Здравствуйте literally means have good health. You're wishing somebody to have good health. That's why the initial verb здравствовать made this list, is because that verb as a greeting is really a verb or a derived version of this verb right here. But it's always good to know the rules or the basics of something, even if you would never use this здравствовать to have good health as an individual verb. At least I almost never use it myself either. Болеть is the opposite to be sick or to get sick. Болеть. Actually, it's more to be sick, not to get sick, but to be sick. Болеть. Or actually to hurt. When something hurts, I can say, нога болит, my leg hurts. So it can be either to be sick or to hurt. Next, стоить. Стоить means to cost. Стоить. Next, готовить is to prepare, but also can have a meaning of to cook. Готовить, I guess we also can say to prepare food as well, right? So готовить can have two meanings, to cook or to prepare something. Перевести means to either transfer something, or another meaning is to translate. I'm sure that you guys use this a whole lot with your Russian. Перевести, to translate stuff. Гулять is to be walking around or to go for a stroll. Гулять is to walk around without any direction. Just going for a walk. Гулять. Забывать is to forget. Забывать. Next, умирать is to die. Умирать. Kind of mortal, умирать has the same kind of stem. Maybe it derived from the same Latin word as in English too. Who knows? Умирать, to die. Приносить means to bring something. Приносить, to enter, to bring something in, or to give somebody something. Приносить means to bring something. Выбирать means to select, to choose. Выбирать. And finally, for our verbs, great verb, отдыхать. Отдыхать means to rest. And also this th and the are pronounced as one long letter t. Отдыхать. In fact, long letter d, like a D letter, right? Отдыхать. We don't say отдыхать. It would be too many different consonants. Отдыхать. Отдыхать. More like a elongated letter d. Now let's move on to some nouns for today that will deal with time or certain timestamps. Утро is morning. Утро. Вечер is evening. Вечер. Сегодня means today. Сегодня. We had вчера as part of our adverbs. In fact, сегодня as well can be an adverb because it can describe a timestamp. But сегодня can also be a description of a day as well. So it can have two roles of a sentence, being an adverb or a noun as well. Месяц is a month. Месяц. Неделя is a week. Неделя. Завтра means tomorrow. Завтра. Then we have секунда for a second. Секунда. Now on to some seasons. Лето is summer. Лето. Весна is spring. Весна. Осень is fall or autumn. Осень. And зима is winter. Зима. Some more nouns for time. Перерыв is a break. Перерыв. A break in a job, in a work. Not like a spring break. Not like that. But a break in a certain activity. Перерыв. Прошлое is the past. Прошлое. Выходной день means a weekend. A one day of the weekend. Выходной. And funny thing, for us, we start our week with Monday. So we start Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the week end is Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure why some countries have Sunday as their first day, but then they still have the weekend, even though the Sunday is the first day of the week. I'm not sure why that is, but выходной день means a weekend. День недели is a weekday. Now, день недели can be anything from Monday to Sunday. День недели. And finally, день рождения is a birthday. День рождения, day of birth. And that is all. 50 words for today. Some adverbs, some verbs, some nouns. We still have a ton more to cover, so make sure to practice this stuff with the first link, with our set with Be Fluent, to make this stick in your memory. Or join our Be Fluent camp with this button right here, or watch our YouTube video with this next one. It's completely up to you.